A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one.
I can't remember the last time I got this excited for Star Wars. I feel like a kid again. This show, The Skeleton Crew, just came out, and these are just my raw thoughts after watching the first and second episode. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing this for every single episode that comes out, but oh my goodness, I can't believe how good it is. It's so surprisingly good. I was truly expecting this to be another Acolyte or another Ahsoka Tano or any of the ridiculous shows that have been coming out.
The power of one, the power of two, the power of...
And this one is so surprisingly good. I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. And I'm so happy. I think the characters in the show are great. Like the kids that they have in the show, they all have such an interesting personality. They all have good character traits that distinguish them from one another. So far, there hasn't been any identity politics and DEI and like all this stupid garbage that they've been including into all of their shows. It's so forced and uncreative.
I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced.
And here comes a show that is finally just focused on trying to tell a good story, which is, this is exactly what Star Wars fans have been wanting for a long time. Or at least this is what I've been wanting for a long time, because this is just amazing. It's amazing. This is just my thoughts based off the first two episodes, but I think Wim, the main character, our protagonist, this young boy, he's great. You know, they clearly gave him a lot of very compelling personality traits, and all of his motivations, the reason why he does the things that he does that just make sense. His best friend, by the way, amazing that it looks like they use practical effects for his best friend. For all the aliens in the show, it looks like they use practical effects. There's obviously a little bit of CGI for a lot of the scenes with aliens, but for the most part, it looks like they went practical and tried to embody classic Star Wars, which I think is a tremendous choice. It was truly a tremendous choice. And you can just see the love that they put into the show. Even with the beginning, like the show opens, this is spoilers, by the way, spoilers for the first two episodes. The way that it opens is just great because it's compelling, it's action-packed, gives us a great idea of basically this pirate guy that Jude Law is playing. His crew basically decides, all right, if our captain doesn't give us what we want, you know, we're basically gonna have a mutiny, which is amazing. And this wolf guy, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This species was in episode 4. And this species is awesome, whatever this wolf species is. It's just amazing to see it. What an intimidating antagonist. These kids, well, let's take Wim for an example. His relationship with his father is cute. You know, it's like his father wants him to succeed, and Wim, you know, he's respectful to his father, but he also wants to do his own thing. You know, he wants to enjoy his life, and he wants to become a Jedi, and he admits that to his friend, that he basically wants to be that kind of person. Then there's Fern and KB, and they are very interesting because, you know, they're kind of like renegades. KB is, you know, kind of along for the ride, but Fern is really the one who's kind of like that kind of renegade lifestyle, which is really interesting. But, you know, she's too bossy, and I love how they bicker with each other. All these kids, they just bicker with each other, you know. She I think Fern is a bit annoying, but, you know, she's not annoying because she's a bad character. She's annoying because her character is she's used to being in charge, and because the boys don't listen to her, it upsets her. So it makes sense for her to be upset and annoyed, and it makes sense for us to kind of be annoyed with her because she's so used to being the boss, you know, when it comes to her and her friend KB. So everything makes sense. Neil, he's the friend of the protagonist. He obviously is so cute, so sweet. Like he's such an awesome kid, and his relationship with his friend is great. They're so supportive of one another. And Neil has a great relationship with his family. He just wants a normal life, you know. And him and Wim complement each other so well. They're such good friends. And this is what we've been missing. And it's amazing to see kids acting like kids, and it really does remind me so much of something like Goonies or just old Star Wars. You know, I love the callback, by the way, where it's like Wim, he continually says that things are wizard, and that's a callback to episode 1, you know, The Phantom Menace, where, you know, Anakin's best friend is like, this is so wizard, Annie. There are a ton of interesting, like, cool references to other Star Wars shows and movies. So, for example, there is this little creature. This, I believe, is the same species as Teak from one of the old Endor movies. And by the way, I love the Endor movies. They're amazing. And Teak, he was this cute little, he wasn't an Ewok, but he was this creature where he was small and he was, you know, inquisitive and funny, and would kind of get into trouble, and he was super fast. He had this super fast speed, and of course this creature has super fast speed. And it's a great little reference to another great movie. Those Endor movies are amazing. And you know, I think the droid is also awesome. The rat that lives in his eye is a fun, unique twist. All of these kids, they're just amazing. Their personality traits all go so well together. And although we haven't seen much from KB, we understand that she's really good with technology. And there's a couple instances where we really catch that. And one good example is when the droid turns to KB and says like a thousand different things about how the ship works, and then he turns to KB and goes, did you get all that? And KB goes, yeah, that all makes sense. Like, she's able to understand the information very quickly, very easily. So it's gonna be very fun to see how they continue to interact with each other. And Jude Law, we haven't seen much from him recently, but oh my gosh, I have a feeling he's going to be such a great fit for this role. In any case, he can be like an awesome mentor to these kids, and they can look up to him. If it's any good, then it's probably going to be a little cliche, because it's going to be those things where it's like, oh, he's the pirate with a heart of gold. Eventually, he helps the kids because he knows that there's a lot of treasure on their planet, and he wants to go there and plunder it and steal from people. But of course, he's going to love the kids so much that by the time he ends up getting there, he's not going to want to steal from them. So, is it cliche? Yeah, but it's cliche for a reason. It's cliche because it's good storytelling. It's good and it's exciting. And I am all for Star Wars doing something like this, because it has been so long since they've had a really good story. Andor is pretty much the only Star Wars show that I think is any good. I don't like any of the other shows. I don't know if that's a hot take, but for me, Andor is like, so far, the only good Star Wars show. And I'm hoping that this Skeleton Crew is gonna be good. I want it to continue. I'm excited. I hope that it continues on this path. The whole time I was watching it, I was sitting there with my brother, and the two of us are watching it, and he can testify the entire time I'm just sitting there going like, oh my gosh, please let this be a good show. Please let this be a good show. And I was enjoying it. It was really fun. And there's a lot of good humor in it, you know? The humor doesn't feel overly forced. There's actually a lot of good jokes in it. Because it's not like what they do in a lot of Marvel movies. There's like slapstick, and the characters say and do things that their characters would say and do, and those behaviors that they portray are funny. They're not trying to tell a joke. It's just that their behavior themselves is funny because they're acting in character. So yeah, I think the pirates are awesome. I love that how there's a bunch of pirates at this port, and they like chasing after the kids because they want to know where this money came from. And I've been burned so many times by Star Wars that I am very hesitant that it's going to stay at this level. I have a feeling it's going to get worse, and that's just because I'm being pessimistic, but I hope it's good. I want to like this. I want to like this so badly, so hopefully it continues. Hopefully it stays good. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, those are just my thoughts so far, so yeah, I really want this to continue. Yeah, I've been very busy lately in my normal life, so I hope you're all doing well. Long time no see. I hope that you're all doing well and that you enjoyed your Thanksgiving, and I hope your Christmas and this amazing holiday season is fantastic. So yeah, hopefully this show continues to be great, and I will talk to you guys later.